out there.
I don't know what it's like.
In the future, I'll try and recreate some of these pictures and images.
Okay, so we're going to be creating a thriller opening sequence about a bomb attack in London. So we got this idea from quite a lot of group meetings, etc. In our group. We're going to be Mariam is going to talk about the location profile, etc. And Anna will be talking about the angles, what kind of shots, what kind of cameras, etc. We'll be using. So just to quickly summarize what our thriller story, what should I say, will be, is that first of all we're going to have our ident, which is in creation at the moment. We're going to have our ident at first, then we're going to have different shots of different computers, TV screens, etc., turning onto like a emergency, civil like emergency.
Broadcasting.
What do you call it? Broadcast. Yeah, civil emergency broadcast. We'll have that of different types of shots. Then we're going to be moving on to people running, etc. We're going to be using different shots, which Anna will be talking about in a few moments. Moving off, we're then going to be going through the train station. So literally what we're going to have is different shots from central London, going inside to the train station, and filming inside of a train station for everyone being evacuated from the bomb attack. Finally, we're going to have different shots at the end of people running around and different titles, etc. So I'll hand over to Mariam to continue this topic.
Well, our location profile is basically the train station, and we're going to use Oxford Circus Station because it's like more like busier, so we'll like it kind of suggests to the audience that it's like a busy and like hectic and like showing an everyday Londoner's life. So that's like our main like place.
Location where we'll be filming, basically.
Yeah.
So Anna will be now talking about the camera movements, the cameras which we'll be using, and also the editing.
Okay. So we wanted to use different types of cameras, so not just like one camera, but there will be of similar. So like there'll be 3 cameras that are like of the same standard. And then there's one that's going to look a little bit off. It's going to look like a little bit older. So you have the shots that don't look like they match what's shown on screen, and that's to create the idea that it's like there's loads of different people in this kind of panic. We're also going to be having it so like talking about mise en scène and like props and stuff. You're going to have like people like dropping things, and there's going to be loads of close-ups we're going to use, but they're going to be mixed in with like long distance shots of like an empty park, for example. So it's going to change from being like all still to chaos, back to still and chaos again. And then Lucy's doing the music and things, so she has her ideas for music as well.
We may have a music track which
we're willing to show you
we're willing to show you.
Okay.
Can we see it, please?
Just the music.
I don't know where it is.
Okay, so while you're hang on. Let's just stay with your idea. Good. Okay, so there's a couple of things. The first thing I think is for your stuff that's after the bomb, where it's all still and everything like that, you'll need some kind of effect or something to make it look different to normal footage. So like when I lived in Australia, there was once this dust storm, and it just turned everything in the whole of the city like this kind of weird red, like it looked like you were on Mars for a couple of days. So like what you need to do is look up a tutorial or something in After Effects that you can do, get some fake footage and do this as a practice of what we did so that we know we can do it and that will work. Yeah? The second thing I think is your broadcast, the news thing, is that going to be radio or is that going to be filmed?
That's going to be filmed.
That's going to be filmed. So we may have it on radio, but literally it's not actually going to be like a real, real broadcast. We'll just edit it on from like, iMovie or Adobe Premiere Elements.
Yeah, so you'll need to do a green screen thing for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would suggest is straight away now, when you're done with, you're essentially done with research and planning. So your next step would be actually get a green screen, write the script. You should have written the script for the newscast already. If you haven't, then write it straight away. and then actually record that with the green screen, so that's ready to go, and so that your footage of parks as well is ready to go before you even start next year. Yeah? Because then if it doesn't work, which I think some of it may not, then you at least know going in that you need to reshuffle it. Okay, the next question I've got is how will titles come in? Because that's such a huge part of your marks.
So titles come in like various actions, etc.
Mm-hmm.
We were inspired by one of the films we watched previously called Zombieland.
Yeah.
It's like the way titles are like implemented through like hanging off buildings, etc. When people walk by, you know, titles just come up after them, etc. So
and it's going to be like negative spaces. So we're going to use a lot of negative space. So like we'll pre-plan where the titles are going to go before we film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except that, 100%, and that's what you need to do, except that the time has passed for that. So it should be, rather than like, we've got loads of different shots of this, or then we've got loads of different shots of this, and maybe you've got a storyboard somewhere that I haven't seen yet, but it should actually be, first we see a close-up of this, then we see the stairs, we see some feet running, and the text is behind those feet. Yeah? Have you got that on there somewhere? Okay, alright, let's have a look.
I don't even know where.
And then, so are we going from...
another page of this as well.
Okay, sure.
You've got that, and then titles coming in.
Okay. The other thing I think you might have a problem with is getting loads of people running in Oxford Circus.
Yeah, because then...
No, it's like not... It wasn't going to be like a,
we're going to use
a long...
time
like,
lapse.
yeah, it was going to be like a...
It's just going to be time lapse and slow motion, so we're going to be having two different essential like editing things.
It's going to be like a close up, so it's not going to...
Like
you're not going to have like
reactions.
like 100 people like running. It's going to be like a close up, so you can make it look like there's more panic than there is.
So literally, we'll just like try and like find some stairs or like an elevator or something. Put our camera there. Just like let people walk past, and then like use editing software to make that time lapse, to make that slow motion, etc.
Again, I think it's something, and guys, please don't feel like with this, please don't feel like I'm saying like you've done this wrong and you've this and this and this. I'm literally only thinking of problems that you may have and how we'll fix them. Okay, so I think the problem you'll have with that is you won't be able to take a camera and a tripod down to the underground. But the way to get away with that, I would say, would be if you wanted it at an elevator or if you wanted it at the stairs, using your phone and putting it right down where it's level and just like holding it there for a couple of seconds or something. But again, that's something you could potentially do over Christmas or in the first week back, just when someone's in central London, have a quick go with your phone at getting what you need, and then go, yes, we could do this, no, we can't. Yeah, that's...
We were going to initially write a letter to the train station saying that we are allowed to film.
Yeah.
We'll see whether that goes to plan.
Yeah, I mean, you could, except I would have done, if you haven't done it already, I mean, do it if there's time today, but I'd just go in there with the phone. I think what you'll struggle with is having loads of people. I think you need to get in really close, and I also think if this is this should be 12 to 16 shots.
I've got another one at home.
Okay, is it on the blog?
I think maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know whether two of them would be.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing is, if you're going for level 4 for research and planning, this should be the preliminary thing. Then you should take photos of that. Maybe put them in an order and Premiere.
We did
let's have a look.
example shots thing. So this is like we use school.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
So like that would be like the idea of a train station.
Yeah.
And like stillness with like.
I like the one that moves up. Yeah.
Oh, the one in the IT.
So hang on. Does the order go? Just so I'm clear. Does the order go? Busy, quiet, or what's the?
This is just kind of like.
Okay. So what will the order be in the actual film?
It'll be like still, and then it goes into like chaos, and then it's like it'll be like short, like 1 second, like clips of.
So
of the broadcast or of the.
No, the broadcast will be like a separate thing.
Yes,
it's
the
going to be like
broadcast will be
overlaying.
separate. So it's basically it's going to be quiet at first, then like chronologically speaking, it will go forward.
But the broadcast is going to be playing at the back.
Yeah.
Like underneath.
Like a radio.
Okay, sure. So a voiceover, not a
Yeah.
physical.
So it'll come up on someone's like screen, so like
Yeah.
someone's
Screen
like
devices,
phone.
yeah.
And it'll
But
keep
then
on
that'll be
playing.
like for a split second, and then it'll keep playing like over and over.
Okay, like the same.
The same
news
message,
story
like on different
or a long
devices.
story.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So this would be like still.
yeah, I like that. That's a really nice shot. And I like that as well. Those two shots, could you use them as your next what you do next? Get someone to start trying to animate them to look like empty stuff. Get someone in charge of the empty stuff. Then you can go and film the stuff that you need. Also get the news thing going. I think we need to get. We might can shuffle the order and stuff like that. But what your blog needs now, if you're looking for a level 4, is something like the example shots with a commentary over it. So you explain and you say, it starts with this, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens.
Okay.
Yeah? That's all you need to do for your research and planning. I'll check the rest of it at another time. But for your actual thriller now, moving forward, you need to look at tutorials to animate the opening, to create an effect that looks smoky or something.
Yeah.
You need to look at exactly how your titles will come in and do a practice of that. And I think the sooner you film, you need to write the script and film the script for the broadcast opening bit. But priority for in school would be all those things I just said. But out of school would be get to a train station and film what you can so that we can have a look and go, yes, this works, no, this doesn't. And I think a combination of really busy feet moving as well as completely empty, like a platform with nothing happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know.
Yeah.
But cool. I like it. All right, well done. Thank you.
It's the video.
Yeah, and if you